Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, yet again, and gamers, to another day, another week, another month, another year of patch notes. But this one's a little different. This one is patch 12.13. Not only is this a patch we've never had before, but this is the long-awaited, what I'm assuming to be yearly big hoopla, and I'm not talking about a new season, but yearly event that Riot likes to put all their resources into and make a big hullabaloo for. And this time it's Star Guardian. So, let's see if they're going to make it cool, if they're going to make it good, if they're going to make it grand and have pizzazz, or if it's going to be like we usually expect it to be, which is what my expectation is. But let's also see the buffs and nerfs. Let's see. On this week's episode of Patch Notes, we have the premiere of our newest champion and Star Guardian, Nilah. And that is how you pronounce it. Nilah. I'll go over her after. The Joy Unbound. We also have the Star Guardians, new and old, making their appearances again to protect us from the forces of evil. Sever's Midscope update is also here. We'll talk about that. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Not to mention our regularly scheduled balance adjustments, which will probably be shite. We interrupt your regularly scheduled patch notes to say a big goodbye to our patch notes author, Arisu? Wait, no. What? Who's leaving on an adventure to become Dr. Arisu? Wow. Good for her, man. That makes me a little bit happier, but still sad. Because I'm not going anywhere, and she is. I'm a little jealous. But anyway, your patch notes and patch jokes will be missed. I wonder if she wrote that herself or someone else did. Read on to see if the true treasure of patch notes was the friends/LP we made along the way. Speaking of TFT, I don't give a shit. Champions! Nilah! The Joy Unbound. Let's actually go over Nilah. Let's actually do it in the beginning. I changed my mind. Let's go over her. Let me change the viewing apparatus here. Squeeze me. Oh, there it was! Nilah ability rundown. So, her passive. Joy Unending. Basically, anytime there's a heal near you, you make it stronger and you get a little bit of it. Anytime there's a shield near you, you make it stronger and you get a little bit of it. And the same works vice versa. Should you, I believe, heal or shield yourself, your allies also get it, I believe. So let me make sure that's right. She amplifies healing and shielding, like I said. Allies that heal or shield Nilah gain a bonus heal or shield for themselves. Okay. And while an anti-champion heals or shield themselves near Nilah, she gives herself a bonus heal or shield. So basically, if anything's done near her, she gets a little bit of it, or she gives a little bit of it. Which is great. And she also basically has old Zillion passive, well, new Zillion passive too, but better, which is kind of like the old one, where she just gets a little bit more XP in a duo lane. This is kind of to help her go duo lane, because otherwise she wouldn't go any other lane. She's not against going other lanes, but this incentivizes her to go bot, which is quite a important thing for me, because I like when ADs stay bot lane, because that also means they're away from Riot's sniper nerf scope. But in general, I like it just, I like things the way they are. I'm an old school guy. I like ADs carrying the game and people protecting me. But anyway, she gets, her and her support get XP more. Basically, they share XP but at a greater level. So they just get more than their enemy. That's all you have to know. The Q. The Q is basically a whip that gives you range. Now, hitting an enemy increases the attack range and attack speed, and it causes your attacks to be AoE. This is pretty good. This is her bread and butter, and this is what allows her to probably even go and even try and have a chance of living in the bot lane in general. Now there's a passive. If you hit a champion, it ignores some of their armor, which is really fucking good. And it heals Nilah for the damage dealt. So, remember, if you heal yourself, you heal your support as well. So, already we have really good kit synergy, which is great. The effect scales with crit chance, so you're incentivized to build crit and not something fucking stupid. You're having fun watching the bike anime again? Nice, Slayer. I heard it was good, too. But anyway, it converts any excess healing into a shield. So not only can you heal your allies, you can shield them as well. So all around, I feel like she's kind of bordering on overloaded. She gains, I mean, granted, it's not a lot in any respect, but she gains attack speed, attack range, pen, shielding, and lifesteal, essentially. Well, not lifesteal, but like healing. Healing, which is then converted to shielding, which she then gives to an ally. And that's just off of her Q and her passive. And penetration. I don't know if I said that as well, but her W, basically, this is probably the thing most people are going to complain about because it makes her actually good in the bot lane. And I honestly think she is one of the people who needs it because of her whole kit being as low range as it is. It's basically a Jax E. It's a Jax Counter-Strike that blocks all autos, but, and here's the kicker, not only do you block autos, you gain move speed, and you dodge all coming basic attacks, you can also give it to your teammates, and it gives you reduced magic damage. This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. Like, oh my fucking god. Why does it do so much? Granted, I guess we'll really see if it's OP, but oh my god, this really does a lot. The fact that you can give it to teammates is insane. So the E is what makes her mobile. Now, I forgot if they had a reset on it. I don't think they did, but let's see. Slipstream lets Nyla dash through a target, traveling a fixed distance every time. So no matter where you cast it from, you are going to go the same distance. So it actually makes sense if you're further away to do it, like if you're going on them to do it from further away, because then you'll be right on them. But if you're trying to get away, you do it close to them so you're the furthest away from them. So if you're right on top of them and you use the E, you're going to be the furthest away from them. I don't know if that makes sense, but it should. Anyway, she stores up to 2 charges of this, which is lovely. So there's no reset, but you have 2 of them. And she basically has Samira EQ. If you know what that is, you know what this does. So pretty good. Pretty good. The most synergy, I think, is just with the Q. I mean, technically you could W, E, Q and hit your allies and the enemies. Overall, her kit just has a lot of synergy. And then finally her ult, Apotheosis, which is an Isaac item, weirdly enough. Nila unleashes a surge of power, lashing her whip in an area, and then a final burst. She pulls enemies in to kind of AoE whip them. So it heals Nyla for a part of the damage dealt, Samira ult, okay. Converting any excess healing into a shield, okay, same as her Q. And this effect scales with, you guessed it, crit chance, and is granted to nearby allies. Lovely! So she basically has an AoE Samira ult that actually has CC. Now, I questioned this at first, and I did find this out. The first part here, where she starts swinging, does damage, and then the pull-in also does damage. So overall, I'm not going to go over her numbers here, because, like, I don't fucking feel like it. However, I think overall she looks fun as long as her numbers aren't too low. But, I mean, honestly, this is just purely a number-dependent champ. If her numbers are too low, she's not going to be good. If her numbers are high, she's going to be fun. She's probably going to get nerfed. I could see them probably nerfing her because the only way she's going to be good in a bot lane where range is like heavy is she has to be overtuned. I don't think there's no way in hell she's not going to be overtuned. But I'm excited because we deserve a good AD unless they're going to get the Zeri treatment, which is they're going to be nerfed until they're changed like 3 fucking times and they're barely unusable and kind of ass. But I expect her to have maybe a kind of high skill ceiling, maybe. And again, I would never trust like any of the stupid videos on PBE because first of all, the people who play PBE are like already a small subset of the population, first of all. And then second of all, the YouTubers are obviously clickbaiting the shit out of it, saying, OMG, Nila, best ADC, oh my god, what is this, Raya, broken game, ADC OP, yeah, shut the fuck up. But anyway, that's Nila. I'm excited. She probably has to be overtuned. If she's not, I'll be kind of surprised. Anyway, let's talk about Sivir. So, we're really getting the big guns out of here at first. Sivir probably needed an update for a good amount of time. No one's probably contesting that. Sivir's old, she's very simple, she's kind of suck-ass, and she's really just an ulti bot with some okay damage AoE. She's basically a safe AD. I consider her, Ashe, and Ezreal the trifectas of safe ADs. Her probably being better than Ezreal, worse than Ashe in my eyes, But she still has her place. I feel like she's just so easy just because she wave clears the wave. Now, unless they did some drastic changes from when I already previously looked at the Sivir mid-scope update, this is going to be trash. Originally, and I'll admit I'm wrong here. I will gladly admit I'm wrong here. I thought it wasn't going to be that bad, and there's still a single caveat that I think might help this case. But overall, some Sivir mains came out of the woodworks, and they actually commented on my YouTube video. Wow, YouTube comments, right? When am I getting viewers? But they actually did comment, and they said, like, they explained to me why Sivir is just overall worse from this. Now, before I make any real judgments and go really into it, let's see what they're doing. Let's see. Sivir has been dethroned as the queen of late-game teamfights, of course. Her short range meant she had to work twice as hard as other ADCs to do damage, which led her to opting for lethality builds, which Riot doesn't like, because they want assassins building lethality, not ADs. Because if ADCs don't build crit, no one will. While other marksmen have gained attack range over time, infinite scaling Senna, we are giving Sivir new tools, and probably not range, to lean into her strengths as a close-range AoE DPS hyper carry. You heard that right, hyper carry. So with this mid-scope update, we're setting Sivir up to have the strongest AoE DPS output of all the marksmen, which is technically true, but it's only true under very specific scenarios, and I'll detail them here after. So long as she can stay alive to use it. False. We're hoping Sivir players find that her damage potential is now much higher, and remember that says potential, that's important, and much more consistent due to the adjustments we've made to her ricochet and signature boomerang blade. Ultimately, these should help shift Sivir's identity from a chauffeur, which is what she was. Her main staying point was her ult and her safety, but mostly her ult, for her teammates, to a high damage AoE marksman with the added ability to help clean up winning fights. So, what are they doing? Base stats. Health, nerfed. Mana, buffed. Mana growth, nerfed, so the mana is kind of staying the same. Health is nerfed. Mana regen, nerfed. Mana regen growth, nerfed. Base attack damage, nerfed. Attack damage growth, nerfed. Attack speed growth, slightly up. So overall, I would say we got more nerfs than buffs, personally. But I'll kind of treat as half here. So the passive, Fleet of Foot. This passive is pretty lackluster among most ADCs. I mean, you have Vayne, which really just gets it for free by walking at you in your like direction, by facing you. Sivir actually has to hit you, and you're going to see why that becomes a little bit of an issue soon. So bonus move speed. It's higher, and it scales, you know, according to levels. Oh, hold on. So the bonus move speed is now decaying over 1.5 seconds. So instead of you getting flat move speed over 2 seconds, which was just better, it's now decaying, so it lasts less, and it's overall shittier. Yeah, it's slightly better than before, you know, 55 to 75, oh boy, but the half a second really does hurt, and the decaying just kind of slaps her in the face. It's like, okay, cool. Boomerang blade, the Q. What are they doing to this, you might ask? They're lowering the base damage. Wow. The AD is going slightly up early, but way less late, which is like, why? The AP scaling for some reason is going up, as if she's supposed to build AP. Like, what the fuck? The cooldown is going up at all points in the game, especially early. And then the cast time at least scales with attack speed, but who the fuck cares? They're taking away everything else. The critical Chalakar, let's see what this does. Now scales with critical strike chance, dealing up to 50% bonus damage at 100% crit chance. That's not bad per se, and it definitely does outscale eventually, but it was just hit with so many other nerfs. Cooldown nerf, scaling nerf. I mean, granted, you're supposed to build crit on her, so why does it have an AP scaling? What, if you get Baron, you get like 2 extra damage? Cool. It's silly. Overall, it does do more damage later, though. I'm just kind of a little tilted on the cooldown. And Sivir is mostly known for at least being able to clear the wave early. So, again, so far, that's kind of looked like it's being hurt here. The mana cost is going down, which is probably the best thing they could have done for this after everything. And then the missile speed is 1450 outwards, 1200 inwards. So it's going faster towards them and a little slower coming back. That's okay. Overall, I would say the Q is probably worse. I mean, it's slightly better later, but worse early. And we all know the way games go. If you don't get ahead early, you're really not getting ahead unless your jungler helps you, but this is League of Legends. So the W, the Ricochet, this is, in my opinion, the biggest make or break of Sivir. And this is what they're doing. The total AD ratio is going from 90% to 50%. They're just taking away 40% of your damage. Holy shit. The mana cost is going down by 15. Cool. The buff is now, instead of 3 attacks, it's 4 seconds. So honestly, as the game goes on and you're attacking more, it's better. I think overall, just from this alone, the W is better. The cooldown is 10 seconds at all ranks, so it's better early, way worse later on, but I do think the W might be powerful, and I'll explain why. But let's keep going through it. Activating Ricochet now grants Sivir attack speed, so instead of it being on her ult, which was stupid, she now has it on her W, which is good. You might actually, realistically, from what I'm seeing here, you might max W, but we'll see. Like, how much does the base damage go up? Yeah, honestly, you might max W. It's more consistent damage, I think, and you clear the wave probably with this better now. But overall, it now deals 80% damage against minions, but you're attacking more, so it should be okay. And instead of unlimited bounces, this is the big pet peeve here, it now has 8. But remember, it's not unlimited bounces on 3 autos. It's 8 bounces on however many autos you could put out within 4 seconds. And the biggest thing, which is all the way at the end, I'm actually going to skip to the end here. Ricochets can now bounce back to targets that have already been hit, but this is kind of the bad part. It's only 1 additional time. Ricochets will now prioritize new targets first. So basically, a Ricochet can hit the entire wave. 1 auto can hit the entire wave twice. So imagine you can put out 6 autos. You're essentially autoing the wave 12 times. But only the wave. It won't travel. If there's a caddy in the minion wave, it won't go past the minion wave. It will not travel to enemy champions unless they're close enough to bounce to them. In teamfights later on, this should be better per se, but I'm hesitant. I actually thought it wasn't 1 additional time. It was as many until it hits 8 bounces. But the fact that it's only 1 additional time kind of makes me cringe a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. The bounce range is going up, which is whatever. And then the missile speed's going up, which is pretty good, but I would count that as quality of life. Overall, the best way you can use W is in a team fight. You just keep autoing. The enemies are clumped together, and your autos just will keep bouncing in between them. But overall, they do less damage. So let's just math it out here, right? The damage of the W, once it bounces once, is 50, so it's nerfed. But if it bounces twice, it's overall doing more damage if you hit the person the second time. And it can happen more than 3 times. So under a very specific scenario, where you're getting more than 3 autos off, and it's bouncing to the same person again, it's better. But unless that happens, it is just simply not as good. And that's a very niche situation. So let's keep going before I say the big problem I see. The spell shield, the cooldown is going higher. Blocking an enemy ability now heals Sivir instead of giving her mana, which is good, but I never really thought she needed a heal, but whatever. And it now procs Sivir's passive, so you can run away now easier. But it no longer refunds mana, which is why they changed around her mana. But I think it's kind of an issue because Sivir is really mana hungry, and you actually kind of bait out spells or get hit by like Caitlyn traps or easy to like proc spells just to get your mana, because this gave a lot of fucking mana. I don't know if they've sufficiently addressed her mana problems enough for like this to matter, but we'll see. And then on the hunt, so the cooldown of the ulti is going down, which is good. The duration is going up, which is good. If Sivir assists with a recent takedown, they will refresh the duration, so you could have this on for the whole fucking team fight. Sivir's basic attacks during R on the hunt now reduce her basic ability cooldowns by 0.5. Honestly, I was kind of devaluing this at first, but this seems pretty okay. This doesn't seem too bad, because this is going to help you. Granted, they increased the cooldown of the W. This should help you get it back a little bit quicker. It's obviously not going to be like what it was before, which is 6 seconds, but it's something. It's something. So Sivir no longer gains bonus attack speed from R, which is fine because it was moved to the W. And then no longer gives Sivir and her allies an initial move speed burst, which is fine. Overall, I actually think the R is overall better. Honestly, I do. I think the R is the only thing that didn't really get too hard fucked. Her base stats, in my opinion, are half and half. Her passive is shit. Her Q kind of is shit until late game. Her W is kind of shit unless you get a really good scenario. Her E is weird because it gives you something you never really asked for. It's helpful, but again, the mana issues are probably going to be worse now. And the ult is the only really straight up, I think, good part, personally. Yeah, you're losing the initial burst, but with everything else, I'd rather have everything else than the initial burst. So the main issue with Sivir is Sivir pretty early on, after like her 1 to 2 item power spike, can just clear the fucking wave, insta-push you in, roam, or just pressure you. And then if you get ganked to Sivir, you can just spell shield and, run away. But Sivir had a lot of pressure early. They're shifting her early to be more late, and I don't know if it really translates. Obviously, we have to see, but from what the Sivir mains kind of showed me, and from what I could really tell now, looking at it, I think she's not going to be that good. They're probably going to have to buff her. Honestly, I don't understand why they had it just bounce once. At least make it twice, if anything. But that's just me. I would make the W bounce infinitely until it hits the 8, until it hits like the 8 bounces. I would just make it bounce however many times it needs to. At that point, it could technically bounce 4 times between people, which I think is fair, because other people do ridiculous amounts of damage. Sivir's not doing that much now. I mean, yeah, her Q will do more later if she has crit, but it's not that much anyway, and you have to land it and you can miss it. This is her only really guaranteed source of damage, and even then, it's not that much. Sivir, we'll have to see, but overall, it's kind of like whatever. It's kind of We'll see, though, but hopes aren't high. Cork. What do I think of the Cork? I think the Cork is kind of just overshadowed by people. He used to be really, really, really fucking good in scare, and I still think he is, but I think he just takes too long to scale, and I don't really know what else they did to him. I think they nerfed his scalings on like the package and stuff, but aside from that, I just think Corky's super unique, but he just needs, I think, number buffs, personally. I think his kit is kind of fine. He's simple, it's okay. He's kind of safe. He's a mid laner instead of an AD, which I'm sad about. But he's very unique. I do like Corky. He just needs to get a VGU. Honestly, or sorry, an ASU. Honestly, I wouldn't be against a VGU, though. But they have to buff him. There's no way they're nerfing him here. The Daring Bombardier doesn't look up to snuff when launching missiles from a screen away. His long-range poke has made him a menace in pro play. We're toning down his missiles and upgrading his Gatling gun. So they're shifting power away from something that was kind of unfair to something that's kind of shitty for him. But fair, I guess, in their eyes. So the Gatling gun is going up in damage by 5% bonus AD scaling. That's kind of ass. The rocket damage is going down in terms of base and AP scaling. That's fine. It's so weird, because Corky has the same issue in my eyes as Kaisa, where you could just really build whatever the fuck you really want. Like, okay, your AD gets nerfed, build AP. Your AP gets nerfed, build both. Both get nerfed, rework the fucking character. But Corky, I don't know. I think this is overall worse, though. If we're just talking about the character itself, he's overall worse. Because his easy, long-range, safe fucking nuke poke is slightly worse than the Gatling gun, which you have to be on top of them for, is slightly better. But again, it's the nature of the abilities. The E to use it, you have to be like more in the danger zone. Elise, this character is ass. This character deserves to be reworked or removed. I hate her unless she's stat checking people. At that point, she's gonna get nerfed anyway. I don't think she's good. I hate early game junglers. Fuck early game junglers. What are they doing? Base health, health growth, and base armor increased. Human form, Q damage increased. Fuck Elise, this bitch's ass. Evelyn. Maybe it's Evelyn. So what do I think of Evelyn? It's kind of the opposite. I think Evelyn is a great scaling jungler, but that's her whole issue. She really, really can't do anything before 6, but my god, she shreds. I say it every time. When I was playing Nasus and I was building full MR against a full AP team, I thought no one could really fuck with me. Evelyn put that mark on me, let it proc the full way, and then ate my fucking dog ass. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, she does fucking damage. I think just to play Assassins in general, you do have to be more skilled than your average baboon that plays this game. But Evelyn, I think, kind of is another thing, because you have to wait, it's telegraphed, and you do have a free escape, but I still think it's not very hard, but harder than most other people to pull off Evelyn. But I think because of that toughness, she's probably going to get buffed, because not really a lot of people are using her. Passive heal increased. Good. W magic resistance reduction increased. Holy shit. R now decreases the timer to re-enter passive camouflage. What? We're alluring players into playing her again by giving her several quality of life buffs. Oh! Let me see. So, self-heal is going up by almost double. Holy shit. Scaling, of course. Enemy magic resistance reduction. Holy shit, it's going to 45. You are going to shred people. And I'm pretty sure that's the unbuffed version. The buffed version, I think, does double, but I don't remember. But that's already insane. Even if it doesn't do a double, it's still really good. 35 to 45, holy shit. You're basically getting a free Void Staff. And then last caress. Using R now puts passive Demon Shade on a 1.25 second cooldown rather than the usual 4 seconds. That is a huge buff, because you can ult and then really just honestly slip away a lot easier. Holy shit. And even if not, you're slipping away. If you're not slipping away, you're like regenning health now. Like quicker. This is insane. This is really good. These are really good changes to Evelyn. Holy shit. You still have to be skilled at her, but it's not as... In terms of execution. In terms of execution, you have to be still skilled at her, but there's more forgiveness for people who aren't, are fine at the execution, but not really good at everything else. Honestly, these are good changes. I like these. Fiddlesticks, so they're probably going to buff him because he's getting a skin. Let's see what they're doing. For the living embodiment of fear, Fiddlesticks hasn't been very scary. No duh. I mean, he's scary to me when I see hunters tank Fiddle, but not for the good reasons. The Q, the fear duration is going up. That's pretty good. 0.25 seconds doesn't seem like a long time, but it is definitely something in a game where milliseconds matter. And then the Crow Storm is going up by damage. Thank goodness. That thing needs to do more damage. And it's going up by scaling. Thank God. I think Fiddle should be an AP nuker. The AP nukers I know of, Syndra's kind of single target. Oriana's AoE, but she doesn't do that much. Annie's AoE, but she doesn't do that much. Veigar's a nuker, and he just becomes whatever the fuck he wants later in the game. So Fiddlesticks is kind of like another AoE, but I consider him to do more damage than Annie and Ori, but he requires more setup and a lot more coordination. He's harder to pull off, but should have a higher payout, and it should really be like an undisputed payout, similar to like Kennen and Rumble, where if you land a good ult, you will win the fight. I actually like these changes. I think Fiddle needs more love, and I'm glad he's getting it here. It's not much, but it's honest work. Galio, this character fucking blows. What are they doing? They're increasing the tornado damage by 0.5% and increasing the scaling. So he's incentivized to build AP. Cool, I really just think he's relocated as only a support for the most part. But his AP does sometimes deceptively do a decent amount of damage. Decent. Not great, but they're buffing him up again, so I guess we'll see, but the percentages are really fucking low, so I don't expect too much anyway. But overall, I guess not bad. And then the max damage is going from 8% to 10%, and the scaling is going up. Yeah, so you're incentivized to build AP more, basically. Which is, I guess, fine. But moving on to Gwendolyn. What do I think of Gwendolyn? I think this is post-rework, per se. I don't remember for sure, because my brain is all over the place with stress and depression. But from what I remember, I think she got reworked. I don't know if she's doing good from it or not. Or maybe this is the rework. Let's just read and find out. Health regen growth increased. Good. Okay, so yeah, this is post-rework because the rework probably killed her. Balance adjustment. Center snip true damage decreased. Now deals reduced damage against minions, but bonus damage against low health minions. W bonus armor and MR increased duration decreased. E. Oh wait, no, maybe this is the rework actually. E on hit damage increased, bonus stack range increased, cooldown increased, cooldown refund on first basic attack increased. Holy fucking Jesus. R damage per needle increased, recast conditions adjusted, which is the important part because I actually know what that is. Gwen has been one of the premier top laners since MSI because she is fucking ridiculous. And the durability update only increased her strength because once you scale up health against people who scale against health, you inadvertently buff them by making them more tanky. So, even after her nerfs in 12.11, she's still a cut above the competition when it comes to pro, because pros abuse what is abusable. We're snipping some power out of her pro-skewed abilities like her E and her W and putting it in some more accessible parts of her kit, like the ulti. These should net out in a nerf to pro Gwen and a buff to her average and skilled levels of play. Now, again, as always, I kind of doubt what Riot says here. How, yeah, this nerf should only really affect pro players and not regular play. Yeah, I'm probably calling a load of bullcrap on that, but let's see. So base stats. Her health growth is going up by a decent amount. Okay, cool. 1,000 cuts. Maximum damage against monsters. This is down. That's fine. I don't want her going jungle. This is perfectly fine with me. Damage per snip. So I think the Q is one of the funnest parts of her kits. If you land a good Q, it does fucking damage. It feels good. So it's getting buffed. Very nice. Final snip damage getting buffed. Extremely nice. Center snip. 75% of it is true damage. Honestly, that's okay because I believe it applies the passive. But this is still fine. This is still okay. It's not like it's dealing like 25% less damage. It's just some of the 25 is now being mitigated, which is fine. Now it deals 75% damage against minions with more than 20% health. That's fine. Minions below 20% health take 1,000% bonus damage instead. Jesus Christ. That's fine. So the MR and armor you get is higher, so she's better at brawling in the shroud, but it lasts one less second. Honestly, again, it doesn't feel like a lot, but that's 20% of less time. That's going to hurt a little bit. So the E is going up. The bonus range is going up. The cooldown is going up, but that's fine. And then the cooldown refund is getting to be greater. Overall, I'm not really seeing nerfs here so far. Aside from the duration on the W, the Q's better. The passive's a little worse, which is, fine. But it's only against monsters. Like, I'm not seeing much nerfs here. And then her R. Her R damage is going up, and the scaling's going up. And now she can recast it after 1 second. She no longer needs to damage an enemy. She can just recast it. That is a huge good change, because let's just say the enemy gets hit, but they have a dash. You could still chase them down now. This is probably, I would say, the biggest change that helps her. I'd say this is huge. Everything else is just kind of a buff. Like, they just gave her more fucking damage. I don't know. I don't know, man. This seems like a straight buff. So, I'm a little scared for Gwen, but she seems good. Karthas. Karthas is ass. What are they doing? Base armor is going up. Health growth is going up. This does not solve his problems. Kled. I think Kled kind of got overshadowed, which is weird because he does scale off health, so I think they touched him up before too, if I'm remembering correctly. But I haven't really seen him, and I don't really know why. I don't think he's terrible. But honestly, I haven't played League in a while, so I don't really know what the meta is top lane right now. So I can't definitively say. But why use him when you can use Shen? Anyway, Kled's been fulfilling his role as a lane bully quite well, but he hasn't been able to capitalize on his advantage to be a terror outside of top. We're buffing the Cantankerous Cavalier. I forgot that's his title. To make him a bit more of a dangerous presence in later games. So they're buffing his late. What are they doing? They're buffing his scaling by 5% on his Q initial, and then 10% on his Q second. This is nothing. This does nothing. And then the W cooldown is going down by 1. I mean, it helps, but this basically does nothing. Master Yi. Okay, what do we think of Yi? I don't know what happened, but I feel like Yi is kind of ass. I don't know what the fuck has happened, but hopefully this rectifies things, but I'm not too sure. When I've been playing Yi, though, I've been getting kind of crapped on, and I can kind of tell if Yi's good or bad based on if I do good or bad with him. That's how I can tell if he's OP. If I'm doing good with him, he's probably OP. If I'm doing bad with him, he's probably not good. So what are they doing? Master Yi has always been a champ that is strong at lower levels of play, but not so great at higher ones. We've been keeping our eyes on Yi after the last set of nerfs, and feel like we can give him some power back. Since Yi is pretty dependent on being durable in higher brackets of play, we're giving him more ways to increase his survivability. So what are they doing? His attack range is going up. That's pretty huge because it also affects the range he gets from lethal. So this is just a great buff. Anytime any person gets any range, great buff. The Q. When Alpha Strike ends, Yi is placed 75 units in front of his primary target. By default, Master Yi will be placed 75 units in front of the primary target. During the Alpha Strike, he may right-click to instead be placed 75 units in the direction clicked. So this doesn't sound that crazy, but let me put it to you this way. You can use this if a person or whatever you're queuing is next to a wall, like in River or something. You can go over the wall. You can do it. I've seen it. You can do it. Unless they took it out or unless they changed the numbers, you can actually go over wall with Yi's potentially. With his Q potentially. That's kind of fucking crazy. So possibly the biggest change here, though, is the W. The W cooldown, instead of being 28 fucking seconds, is now down to 9. And the mana cost is going up because now, well, it's going down by base, but it's now using maximum mana per second. But that's just because it's up so much more of the time now. It's actually insane. You can use this multiple times a fight, and it gives you damage reduction, which is ridiculous. So, damage reduction during meditate is 90% for the first 0.5 seconds. Insane. Reduced to the normal amount after. Ridiculous. And then for 0.5 seconds after meditate ends, you have damage reduction still. It is actually insane. It's actually fucking crazy. This is a crazy change. I don't know if this is going to help him too much, but overall, this should undoubtedly help you. He should just be better. Honestly, he should just be better. I'm excited. Not too excited. It's not crazy, but he is more survivable now. The Q change is pretty good. It's a little niche, but it's good. And the W change is probably, well, you know, it's the only other change, but it's a very big change. It's like, holy shit. Olaf. I feel like this character is kind of ass because every Olaf I've seen I've kind of shat on. There's only one that kind of fucked with me, but I was playing Swain, so it was to be expected. But, yeah, I don't know how I feel about New Olaf. I just feel like it's a different take on the old Olaf. Just, it's more fun. I feel like New Olaf is more fun because you can just infinite ulti with him, which is cool. It's a fantasy. So what are they doing? They are nerfing his health regen, nerfing his regen growth, nerfing his health regen at 18. We're giving him some additional buffs that should help strengthen his jungle. So they want him back in the jungle. So his attack speed's going up by more early, which is pretty crazy. And then the Q mana cost is going up, which is a nerf. So the only thing they're giving him is attack speed. Okay, I still think he's ass. Renekton. This character, the first season is 30 episodes and the second season is 24. Damn, yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know why they numbered it like that. Why put 38 in season 1 and 24 in season 2? But damn, that's a lot of episodes. I like that. But wait, Renekton. I think Renekton just kind of fell off. He's overshadowed by a bunch of other people. Unless he's stat-checking people, he really doesn't do anything aside from act like a meat. With recent updates, it's been harder than ever for Renekton to scale. His ultimate AoE damage in particular doesn't feel as impactful. Yeah, because it isn't, because it's shit. So what are they doing? They're nerfing the base, but they're adding an AD scaling. Honestly, and they're keeping the base the same later. Honestly, this is pretty good. I don't know how much 10 counts, but it is per tick. So it might be pretty noticeable, maybe. This is definitely something I wouldn't gloss over. We'll see how this works out. I don't think this is going to bring Renekton back in, though. Talia, you know she's getting buffed because she's getting the Star Guardian skin. Talia hasn't been as strong as we'd hoped, and we want to sell skins for her. So we're shifting her powers. We're increasing the damage output on her Q, because that's the main bread and butter of her ability and what makes her feel fun, to help her overall laning and jungling, so they're giving her a straight buff. Talia's passive cooldown will no longer reset due to proc damage. That's actually huge. That's pretty good. So, the rock damage is going up by 5. Wow. 5 rock damage is going up by 13. Wow. The boulder damage is going up by 9.5. Or 8.5 maybe. It's kind of whatever. These are kind of lackluster so far. The mana cost is going down by a little bit, by 5. Wow. Bonus damage is going down. Interesting. Hitting a jungle monster with Talia's boulder created when activating Q on workaround now stuns jungle monsters. Wait, that's actually ridiculous. Holy shit. Wow, that's actually huge. Holy shit, no wonder they nerfed it against jungle monsters. That's actually huge. That's really good. And then now, Weaver DR. The Weaver's Wall no longer goes on cooldown when Talia damages wards or traps. That's insane that wasn't like that before. Overall, Talia's slightly better. Her jungle is a lot better, I think, actually. But slightly better. Vex. I haven't really seen too much of Vex. She kind of came out. I mean, she is very simple. It's crazy, but it's true. I haven't really seen Vex too much. She's kind of fell off. She is, I think, great. I think she's really good at the game. It's just you have to kind of be good at landing skill shots, but you're kind of just like a mage that throws shit out. But I feel like she might not be doing enough because of the durability update. That's my big feeling. So they're probably just going to need to buff damage numbers. So let's see what they're doing. Vex has been feeling extra gloomy now that she can't burst opponents as easily, exactly what I said. We're adding some power back into her Mistral Bolt so that she'll feel a little bit happier when she bursts her enemies, but she'd never tell anyone about it, of course. So what are they doing? The cooldown of the Q is going down to 4. Okay, this is actually scary. So this is base cooldown. This is not taking into account cooldown reduction. If you take into account cooldown reduction, the Q is going to be on like a fucking almost 2-point-something second cooldown. And that thing, again, you do have to aim it. It is kind of narrow, like my penis. But it does a lot of fucking damage. And late game, I kind of see Vex as like a better Ziggs. Like, she's overall a better Ziggs that counters shields. Or no, it's not shield, sorry, mobility. She's a better Ziggs that counters mobility. Ziggs scales, and he's good at like poking and taking tires. Vex scales, she's good at poking. And she's good at initiating, and she's good at anti-mobility. But I count her and Ziggs in the same way as then they scale pretty fucking hard. Volibear. What do I think of Volibear? I've been seeing Trick, and most people kind of go AP, and I don't know if Riot likes that. If they're going to change anything, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to make him go maybe more near AD builds. But let's see. I don't necessarily think he's bad, but we'll see. Volibear has been much too strong recently, especially in the jungle. We're pulling power away from some of his stronger jungling tools, like his reliable ganks and extra damage against high health objectives. We're also lowering his damage across the board. Interesting. I didn't realize jungle volley was an issue. So the bonus move speed is going down even further. This thing has been nerfed so many times, it's fucking pathetic. The damage is going down. Jesus Christ. How is this nerfing jungle volley? I mean, they said especially in jungle, so maybe they mean top 2, but like, god fucking damn, this is ass. The W, as long as they don't touch the heal, I'm basically fine with this. Damage is going down by 5, okay. And it's scaling a little bit less, but it's it's scaling a little bit less. Okay, so slightly worse than the E. There's now a damage cap against non-champions, 750 to 650. It does do max health, right? Yeah, it does. Okay, that's why I was doing so much damage. Overall, Volibear is slightly worse. Who gives a shit? Okay, Divine Sunderer. Divine Sunderer is currently doing his job too well. Again, I can't really speak on the items because I haven't played in a while. I don't know what's OP and what's not anymore. But Divine Sunderer apparently is too good because, again, durability update. It's also helping them play better to everyone in general. With this update, we're looking to shift Sunder's power away from shredding tanks into comparatively lower damage, higher sustain option. I do love sustain until we get to a fucking meta again where like there's too much healing, but let's see. So Spellblade is now going to 125% base AD and then a little bit of their max health. Okay. And now you heal for more damage. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And 100% of base AD. Honestly, I think the heal is a lot better. Holy shit. But the scaling of it is going down. The same changes will apply to the Ornn Masterwork item Deicide. Wow, that's a smite. Overall, Divine Sunder is just healing more, doing a little bit less damage. Cool. Demonic. What do I think of Demonic? I think Dot, I don't know what it is. Dot technically should be better, but I feel like unless you're going it on a character that really easily applies it, like Mal's or Mord, there's no real reason to go Dot. I actually really just don't like what they did with Demonic Embrace, where they changed like the passive to like you gain AP based off like how much bonus health you have. It's weird. I think it's kind of weird, personally. But they should buff Demonic. I don't know why they would nerf it. Let's see it buffed. We're making some updates to the way passive of Demonic Embrace and Liandry's Anguish stack. Azakana's Gaze now stacks when applied by multiple users. That's actually fucking busted. That didn't do that, and now it does. However, one user cannot refresh another user's application of it. That's fair. So you can legit have 5 stacks of this on if you have a team of 5 building it. So that's like 25% magic damage over the course of 5 seconds from 5 people. Or from all of the people combined. That's kind of crazy. Torment now stacks when applied by multiple users. That's really good. So before, I guess it just updated the refresh of 1. But now I just add separate, which overall leads to more damage, I think. Not bad. Honestly, not fucking bad. That's a good change. Duskblade. I hate fucking assassins. They suck. Assassins are currently doing a balanced amount of damage with the lethality downs, but the class overall is just a tad weaker. No fucking duh, because you don't want people getting one shot because of their ability. So, they're giving ability haste and move speed. Cool. That's fine by me. Eclipse. Range damage proc is going down, and it's giving move speed. Cool. And they're all giving move speed. That's fine by me, honestly. Assassins should be kind of mobile. Objective bounties. Oh my sweet god, how much is this going to fucking read to? We're updating the objective bounties to help make them feel more fair to players, whether they're behind or ahead. When we create objective bounties, the intention... But they were probably scared shitless by creating this too, by the way. The intention was for teams that are behind to be able to catch up in difficult but not impossible ways. However, when teams that are only a little behind claimed the bounties, they catapulted into the lead. We're hoping these changes make claiming bounties as the lead starts closing more fair for both teams. So the bounty lingering duration is 60. Or is it 5? I'm not sure. I think that means it's going to 60. Yeah, no, that means it's going to 60. Which means it's lasting longer, which is a buff. Bounties will now start to fall off a little earlier when the losing team reduces the lead. Okay. Claiming objective bounties that are lingering now cancels all other objective bounties. Damn. Okay, that's a nerf. Wow, that's a hard nerf. Champion with gold accumulating passives such as Draven or Gangplank earns like treasure hunt to no longer count towards your team's total gold. Wow. The way dragons and towers are weighted when as calculated for bounties has been updated to be more in line with player expectations. That is a change that we have no clue what the fuck that means. Does that mean they're worth more or less? Because how the fuck are player expectations supposed to be known? I don't know what the fuck people think about dragon and towers. I mean, I think they should be worth a lot, but that's me. This is a stupid fucking way of saying this. Dumb. Okay, vision. Currently, if you dash or blink to a jungle monster or wards visible range, there's a very brief delay before you gain vision of them. This can lead to some frustrating moments, so we're changing that to be instantaneous. That's good. Honestly, that's really good. Game modes. Ultimate Spellbook is back, and that's the thing we're getting for Star Guardian. Whoopee! But this time it's Star Guardian themed. This iteration of Spellbook would include Star Guardian minions and Ahri as an announcer. Whoa, it's almost like in the past, they said they were going to release map skins and announcer packs, and they never did. Just like fill but not support. Cool. We've also made some other non-Star Guardian related updates to this game mode. Players can now choose from 4 ultimates instead of 3. Thank fucking Christ. That's going to up the replayability of this mode like crazy. Thank God. The pool of ultimates to choose from has now been updated with new abilities. Thank God. All the dragons from traditional Summer's Rift have made their way into Spellbook. Great. Overall pretty better, but we wanted PvE. Shadow Isles Clash, no one cares. Competitive. Okay, so this is just quality of life. If you return within 2 weeks to a region you left, your comp will be where it was. Cool. Bug fixes, quality of life. Wow, these are huge. I'm not reading all these. Oh my fucking god. Okay, let's talk about the skins. So, I haven't seen most of them. Obviously, I've checked out the Kaisa one, but I haven't seen most of them. I heard there's some controversy around Echo. I personally can't really see it. I think it's okay, but that's just me. Star Guardian Kaisa, I think, is kind of a shit legendary. I think we're kind of just getting kind of shitty legendaries as time has gone on. I don't know what this makes us a legendary, and the animations seem kind of really close to base. I mean, the voiceover is okay, I guess, but the effects are kind of whatever. And the main gimmick of the skin is you can have a visor overlay. Wow. I don't know. I would have just wanted more work put into it, or to look like better. I don't fucking know. Neela's skin is pretty good, though. Sona's is amazing. Fiddlesticks is really good, but I've said this from the beginning. If you did not tell me this was Star Guardian, I would think this is some sort of mix between Dark Candy and Arcade. But I love the colors. The colors really do go crazy. I love the palette. And then Prestige Star Guardian Echo, which is, you know, still Echo. Cool. Skins are alright. I'm actually more excited for the second round. I think the second round skins are way better. But definitely not bad here. Neela's skin is really good, and Sona's is really good. Kaisa's whatever, Echo's whatever. Fiddlesticks is okay. And Prestige Echo is honestly whatever too. Overall, I would give this patch... You see, they're trying new things, and granted, we might be wrong on the Sivir shit, but honestly, they put a lot of shit in here, more than I expected, and they had a lot of changes for ADs. I'm going to be optimistic here, and I usually don't do this. It would have been higher, honestly, it would have been higher if there was PvE for Star Guardian, if the Star Guardian event was better. But maybe it could still be good. I'm actually going to give this patch an 8 out of 10 Marc Merrills, just because there was a lot in it. They're trying a lot of different things, and it's a pretty fucking meaty big patch. So, 8 out of 10 Marc Merrills. Is there anything I missed, actually? Let me see. Oh yeah, let me talk about the Star Guardian event. I don't think the event's going to be that crazy again. We wanted PvE, but I mean, it should be okay. I mean, as long as the dating sim isn't too bad. I'm just sad they're not going and pushing further with it. But, you know, maybe they are. We just don't know yet. But I think 99% is confirmed it's just going to be like Ruination and Spirit Blossom, but maybe with like slight tweaks or improvements here or there. But overall, you know, I'm expecting the same old, same old. But that's pretty much it. 8 out of 10 Marc Merrills. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out of here.